the channel. My name is Zach. Please like and subscribe to this video and be sure to hit that notification bell to not miss any of my future videos. And let's see if this video can get 15 likes.
Hi there, my name is Zach.
Hello Zach. Hello Zach.
Hello Zecca. Hello Zeki.
Oh my goodness, look at my Bitcoin chart. Not to mention the ZCash chart. It's time to get into this video.
Channel, my name's Zach. Looking this morning very quickly at a few charts just to see what we're in for. I have some terrible news for any of you Bitcoin leveraged longs out there who went long at 31-ish, 31,000-ish yesterday, because doesn't look like we are going to be cashing in any winnings just yet. I have a feeling there's further downside on the agenda. Well, this is only on the 15-minute chart, but if we look on a more relevant chart, look, as I've been saying all along, I think we're accumulating down to this 30. I think really we need to see slightly sub 30,000 for Bitcoin. And the problem with this is that on the one hand, maybe to try to complete this Wyckoff accumulation, we might want to nip beneath 30,000 for this little spring that we would expect to see around about where I think we are entering phase C. However, big caveat, which is that in the wider financial markets, in the traditional markets, we are seeing some concerning developments, which I think could in fact negate all of what I've been talking about here in terms of accumulation, on the basis that we may actually be going down to significantly lower levels. If we have a look at DXY, I mentioned last night that the dollar index had been supported by the moving average on the 4 hour, at least on the 4 hour, and as you can see, look, we do seem to be driving higher. This cannot be great news for any risk on assets such as Bitcoin clearly is. Surprisingly, S&P SPY pre-market is. SPY pre-market is going up still, but I would say that this is maybe just the calm before the storm. As I said earlier, I think I do expect us to retrace on the S&P on SPY down to at least maybe 409, 405, which would allow us to, let's have a look at the 2-day, which would allow us to touch down to this trend line and to the bottom of these Bollinger Bands here on the 2-day. We could even look at it on the weekly, and on the weekly that just gives us another little bit of support on this above this moving average in the top channel on the Bollinger Bands, which will simply we wouldn't actually be breaking the downtrend, and yet we can still pull back fairly significantly. If we have a look at the S&P Transport ETF, the transportation ETF, then this is a code XTN. We can see, and I think this really could be a harbinger of doom for the wider stock market. I mean, transportation takes into consideration all real activity that in the stock market, and perhaps less than especially with SPY being so overweight in tech companies. But if you're making stuff and sending stuff, or really if you're doing anything real, and then where perhaps you have to buy materials, where perhaps inflation is becoming a problem, where perhaps the inactivity from coronavirus has actually fed through to negative earnings. Well, look, we can see a definite tipping over and a definite tipping down in price action, and we in fact here the pre-market it says it's opening at 86. Well, we are well, it's looking like it wants to pop up a little bit, but still, look, we're coming down. This is on the 4 hour. I think this basically can be seen as a harp. Look at it. It's selling off, isn't it? So, and it has really been going nowhere since March. So look, this I don't think is really wonderful news. That alongside the dollar index, which again, look, it's not what we want to see if we want Bitcoin to head to the moon. Then over on ZCash, I would say, look, ZCash came down to sub 100 in the night, and I would say I can see it on this 4 hour. I did mention yesterday, I think this looks like a little bit of a something like a bear flag or something along those lines. And if we break down there, we get this target down here of 75-ish, $76. We do seem to have broken beneath this, and the reason I could give a bit of weight to this little pattern is that if we look on the 2-day, I was a bit concerned before that the 2-day didn't make the 2-day range for the Bollinger Bands was a little bit low, but look, it's tipping up now, and it's coming just in line with this target from what looks like a kind of a bear flag breakdown here. Now I would say that that's. I think there's something else that maybe there's. I think it might be one of the trend-based fib extensions. Let's see that also gives us that kind of a target, but I'm not sure. Let's have a look. Let's put one on here. We could go from here for the overall move that we've had over the last few months. Is there anything? Well, look, there we have it. Also coming in at the 38 trend-based fib extension, 76.95. So the trend-based fib extension for ZCash down to $76. That's taking in the whole encompassing move from May the 19th. The high we've had over the last few weeks and month, well, 6 weeks or so, is giving us a target of 76-ish, $77. The lower range on the 2-day Bollinger Bands, and it has broken below May the 19th it did break below, or 20th it did break below the moving average. It has been effectively travelling through the lower range on the 2-day Bollinger Bands, and this looks like a try to the bottom of the range, I would say. We could also argue that this will give us a nice double bottom at that point, and I certainly will be accumulating at those levels myself. But it's not without, let's not proceed without serious caution, because Bitcoin itself doesn't look. Bitcoin itself is looking like another try to the 31,000 or lower end of this at the moment. We have penciled in as a Wyckoff accumulation lower end of the range. I think if we break that to the downside, we talked about yesterday, the target ultimately 20,000. Certainly, we if we break decisively below 30,000, I think we are looking at sort of 25,000, 20,000, and have we had a little look at this? Let's put a trend-based fib extension on this as well. So maybe we can do this one from just here. Or do we want to do it? Let's actually do it from the whole thing, just for fun. Well, there we have the 0.618 at 22,000 on the trend-based fib extension, and yeah, I mean, I could see us going to let's say 22,000 maybe is maybe the target. And on the other hand, for the spring, if we get to the 0.38, that'll take us around about 30,000. So I think, you know, if we break much below 30,000, I would be looking at something like 20,000 as being our new look as well. I did this important trend line here, we have had a touchdown to here, which was 30,000. That was on the initial dump. We also have a point here where we were supported by this same trend line between these 2 points. So a parallel trend line to the trend line that we've been supported by, and now finding resistance here. A parallel trend at this level coincides also very nicely with this potential move down to 22,000. We could find ourselves having moved into a downward trending channel here. So that's something else to think about. In any case, this is what I'm looking at today. I don't know if there's anything else I want to mention. We looked at SPY, we looked at DXY, we looked at ZCash. Yeah, I mean ZCash. And I should also mention that 76 may be the target for ZCash. That may need to be revised. Should we head to 22,000? I think you could imagine us moving significantly lower on Zcash. I think the last time Bitcoin was around about 20,000, Zcash was around $54. That was at Christmas time. So just to give you an inkling of where we may be going in the near future. Anyhow, as always, if you wouldn't mind smashing the like, turn on notifications if you like more of this content. Smash the like, turn on notifications, and please do subscribe. Many thanks, and good luck. Keep safe. Happy hunting.